Before you start planning a route, you should check the setup of the ship and route parameters. These parameters are critical for the proper performance of the ECDIS, especially if you use track control steering mode. The ship and route parameters are found by clicking on the button menu to access the ECDIS main menu. When menu is pressed, the main menu opens by default on General page, sub-menu, Ship and Route. In ship parameters you can set up the values max speed, max height, and max draft. Max speed is where you enter your ship's maximum speed, according to the vessel particulars. The max speed setting has direct influence on the turn radius you apply to a waypoint when you do your route planning. Max height is the max air draft of your ship. The value is purely informative regarding bridge clearances, etc., and has no effect on the ECDIS performance. Max draft is your vessel's maximum draft. This setting is used for the UKC calculations, in planning, and in monitoring of your route. In route parameters you can set up values for default line radius, default XTD limit, and default safety margin. The value's max rate of turn, waypoint approach, and waypoint pre-warning is set up by a FURUNO technician when you commission the ECDIS on board. The max rate of turn value can be found in the ship particulars. It is used for calculating if the turn is possible during route planning, and for track prediction and steering during monitoring of your planned route. Waypoint pre-warning is the warning you get when you approach the wheelover point. It is a mandatory warning for track steering. Waypoint approach is the last warning before you reach the wheelover point. It is also a mandatory warning for track steering. Default line radius is a default value used for route planning. It should be set to the value that you normally use for turning radius when creating your route plans, with due regard being paid to the ship's particulars. You can change this value for each waypoint if needed when you do route planning. Default XTD limit is a default value used for route planning. It should be set to the value that you normally use for cross-track distance when creating your route plans. You can change this value for each waypoint if needed when you do route planning. Default safety margin is the default value used for route planning, and is an extension of the default XTD limit, as an extra alarm boundary outside the XTD limit. You can change this value for each waypoint if needed when you do route planning.